Hey the learners, welcome to Educate. Today we'll be continuing with electric circuits. Particularly we'll be looking at the series and the parallel connection of circuits. So what is the difference between the series and the parallel connection of a circuit? So now let's have a battery here. Let's just have a cell, which will be just our typical battery. And then we will connect here with a conductor and then we'll make a circuit. And then here at our circuit, we are just going to put a resistor here. And then we're gonna put another resistor here. So we have got two resistors. All right, cool. So here we have got a positive terminal and a negative terminal. Remember that the long lines represents the positive terminal. The short ones is the negative terminal. So remember that we had said that the current actually flows from the positive terminal and it flows towards the negative terminal. So it means here the current is flowing here from the positive terminal. If we represent using an arrow, it is going in this direction because it's flowing through the conductor, right? So it's from the positive terminal and then it is flowing. And then remember that here we have got a resistor. Let us just say this is a resistor 1, and then let's just say this is a resistor R1, and then this is a resistor R2. So when the current reaches resistor R1, it will get inside resistor R1 and the resistor will use up that electrical energy. And the same current will come out, or it will go out of resistor 1. It will continue and it goes to resistor 2. And then this resistor 2, this is the current until it goes back to the negative terminal. This can only happen when the switch is closed. Okay, when the switch is closed, that is when current can flow. It just simply means that your circuit is closed and current is able to flow. But when your switch is open, when you've got something like this, whereby you have got an open switch like this, the current cannot flow, because remember that the current, it needs to flow from positive to negative, and it cannot jump over a space without anything. So typically you want your circuit to be a closed circuit in a sense. So if we put switch S here, it must be a closed switch for current to flow through. So now this is a series connection of a circuit. This is a series connection of a circuit. What do we mean? What is actually in series here? Resistor R1 and resistor R2, we say they are connected in series. All right. So basically, when we say that two resistors are connected in series, let's write information about the series circuit. So here, when we say that two resistors are connected in series, we say that they're actually receiving the same current. So they've got equal current. All right. So it means that the current that we find here through resistor R1 is the same current through resistor R2. If we were to say that a resistor R1 has a current of 4 amperes, then resistor R2 also would have a current of 4 amperes. So they've got equal current. Why is that? You can see that using these arrows, which I've used the symbol red to represent, the current that is entering through resistor R1, it is the same current that will come out of resistor R1 and go straight to resistor R2. It is the same current, the same amount of current. So it just simply means that the current is not splitted in any way. The current has no other place to go. The moment this current is entering through resistor R1, it will be the same current that will leave the resistor R1 and go to resistor R2. So we say that that's a series connection of a circuit. So we say that resistor R1 is in series with resistor R2. Okay, so that's why we say that equal current. So we can say here, this means that the current through resistor R1 is the same thing as the current through resistor R2. This is just the mathematical way of saying things. Just simply means that here, if we've got 4 amperes, also here we've got 4 amperes of current. If we've got 7 amperes here, also here we're gonna have what? 7 amperes. So if we were using light bulbs as our resistors, let's just say we had a light bulb here and another light bulb here, they will burn the same way. They will light up the same way. No light will be brighter than the others because they are receiving the same current, so they will just light up the same way. It's because they are connected in series. Now, what about the other quantity that we know? Because we can not only talk about current alone, we can also talk about the voltage if we have got two resistors that are connected in series. So now we say that the voltage is divided when we have got a series connection. So the voltage is divided. So what does this mean? This means that if we are taking the potential difference, remember the potential difference is the energy that is provided by the battery. It is provided by the battery to each coulomb of charge. So basically, let's just say our battery here, it is providing a 20 volts of energy. So this 20 volts of energy, it will be divided amongst R1 and R2. And note that it will be divided equally. It depends on the resistance, all right? So I don't want people to say that this one would have 10 volts, also this one would have 10 volts. No, you don't guess that. It depends on the resistance. We're still going deep with that. What do we mean when we say that the voltage is divided? It means that when you combine the voltage in resistor R1, when you combine the voltage in resistor R1 with the voltage in resistor R2, then you will get the total voltage, which is the 20 volts that you've started with. So we are trying to say that this 20 volts is divided on these resistors. Please guys, it doesn't mean that this is 10, this is 10. No, it can be 5 and this one can be 15. 5 plus 15 will still give us 20. It can be 2 and this can be 18. 2 plus 18 will still give us 20. It can be 3, this one, and this one can be 17. As long as you combine the sum of the voltages of both these resistors, you must get the total one, because there are only two here. So these 20 volts of energy that is provided by the battery, it will be shared equally, not equally, Jalo. These 20 volts, it will be divided amongst these two resistors. All right, so we say that the voltage is divided. So voltage in R1 plus R2 is equals to 20. Now let's talk about the resistance now. So here, the resistance, if you were to find the total resistance, we usually say it's the effective resistance or the total resistance. So the total resistance is of these. Let's just say, for example, here, let's just say R1 is equals to let's just say R1 is equals to 2 ohms. Remember, what do we measure in ohms? It is the resistance. And let's say R2 is equals to 3 ohms. That's their resistance as well. So if they say calculate the total resistance of this series circuit, what are we going to say? We're going to say that the total resistance of this series circuit will be the sum of resistor R1 plus the sum of resistor R2. So here we'll add the resistance of R1 here is written 2 ohms. So I write 2 ohms plus the resistance of R2 is 3 ohms. I will say 2 plus 3. I'm sure here you are adding the resistances, guys. Don't add the currents. The currents are equal. You're not adding them. You are adding the resistances. So this total resistance here will give us 2 plus 3, and then 2 plus 3 there will give us 5 ohms. But the bottom point here of this point is to say that when you want to find the total resistance, you are just going to sum up, you're just going to add them to say if R1 is 2 ohms and R2 is 3 ohms, if I add these two, I will get what? I will get 5 ohms. That's my what? That's my resistance. That's my total resistance. It's the total because there's only two resistors here. So please know these facts about series circuits. Let me summarize them for you. There is equal current. The resistor, this resistor and this resistor, they've got equal current. So it means here if it's 2 amperes, this is also 2 amperes. Guys, current we measured in amperes. Do not confuse current and voltage. I made a video about the difference between current and voltage. It's absolutely not the same thing. They are related, yes, but they're not the same thing. So don't misinterpret things, grade 10s and 11s and 12s there. Please don't misinterpret things, and you guys will be like, hey, this one, if it's 2 volts, then this one will also be 2 volts. That will be nonsense, wrong as well. So don't do that. Okay, so basically the current will be the same if they are connected in series. All right, it's because here the current that is going into R1, it will be the same current that will go into R2 because this current, when it comes out of R1, I'm sure it must go to the negative terminal. So this current, when it goes inside R1, it will come out of R1 and go to R2 exactly as it is. All right, exactly as it is. That's why I say it is the same current. That's what makes up a series circuit. They're in series with each other. R1 and R2 are connected in series. I repeat again, the voltage is divided. So it means if I give you 20 volts initially there, that 20 volts will be divided to R1 and R2. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will be divided equally. It depends on the resistance. We'll still see how that depends on the resistance, but it doesn't mean it's divided equally. What am I trying to say here, grade 10, 11s, and 12s? I'm trying to say that it doesn't necessarily mean if I start with 20 volts as the EMF of the battery or as the total voltage of the battery, it doesn't necessarily mean that this one will be 10, this one will also be 10. No, no, no. It's only the current that is equal, right? This 20 volts here, it can be divided in any other ways, guys. It can be 2 volts, 4 volts, it can be 2 volts, 18 volts to make up 20. But the point that says voltage is divided, it simply means that for you to get the total voltage, you must add this plus this. It's like, guys, I've got two people here. I'm giving you 100 rands, right? And I'm going to share it in my haphazard way. I say person 1, I give them 75 rand. Person 2, I give them 25 rands. If I add the money that person 1 and person 2 have, it must be the 100 rand that I've given them. It must be the total that I've been given them. So here, basically here, if this one receives a portion from this 20 volts, and this one also gets a portion from this 20 volts, when you combine these two portions, you must get the 20 volts. So the voltage through R1 and R2 must give you 20, which is the total. I'm emphasizing and I'm repeating and you still get it wrong. The third one, the total resistance. You add the resistances. Here, if you have got 2 ohms of resistance, and here you've got 3 ohms of resistance, the total will be 2 plus 3, which will be 5 ohms. You write the unit, you don't write 5 and you will have to guess. No, we cannot say this is 5 dogs, 5 ohms for resistance. Ungahlanganisi izinto ekungamele zihlanganiswe. I'm telling you again, current is the same. Don't be like 4 plus 4 is 8 amperes. Wrong. I repeat, grade 10s, 11, 12s. It's fine. This is a series circuit. Now, let's look at a parallel connection of a circuit. When we say that now we've got a parallel connection, what is the difference? All right, here is a parallel connection of a circuit. Positive terminal, negative terminal. Let's use arrows. Guys, learn to use these arrows to help you see what's going on if you cannot. So here we have got the current is moving from the positive terminal. Here is moving from the positive terminal, exactly as it is. So mind you, this current that is coming from the battery, the current that is coming from the battery, the direct current that's coming from the battery, we say it is known as the total current. Why do we say it's known as the total current? It's like it's the current of the battery. So this current which I'm representing with green arrows, it is the current of the battery. So if I was to put an emitter here, if I was to put an emitter, and I say this is an emitter A connected in series, remember the emitter measures the current. So in this case, this emitter here will measure the total current of the circuit or of the battery. It is because the current that is coming from the battery, exactly as it is the total current. Now let's look at the parallel combination or the parallel connection of a circuit. So in a parallel connection of a circuit, look at this. The current is moving peacefully, right? Represented by a green arrow. But now when you reach at this point here, let me just put a dot here. This is a point here. Do you see that here we have got two options, grade 10s, 11, 12. So we've got two options for the current. You have got the conductor is moving horizontally in that direction, or the conductor is moving in this direction. So I've got two parts, or isn't there two for the current to move. So now what the question comes, what will happen to the current now? Will the current go to both of the paths, or will the current only move this direction, or will the current only move this direction? Where will the current go? Which place will the current go the most here, or all of that? So basically, when you have got, once you reach this position, you can see now that you've got two paths, you've got two ways in which your current can move. So that's when we say that the current is divided. So the moment you are in a parallel connection of an electric circuit, we say that current is divided. So current is divided. So here the total current that we have here is the one that we are dividing. For example, let's just say the current of the battery here measured by the ammeter, it is 2 amperes. This 2 amperes, it will be divided. Out of these 2 amperes, some portion of it, it will have to go to this resistor here, and some portion of it will have to go to this other resistor here. So it has got two options to go. Now, please do not come to me and assume that since this is 2 amperes, here it will be 1, here it will be 1. We will still see how that works, but don't guess to just say, since I've got 2 amperes here, so when it gets splitted here, this one will get 1, this one will get 1. No, not necessarily. Okay, so let's see how it splits first of all. So this current, this total current represented in green, I will split it, and then I will say this is it. This is it taking this path, right? And it goes through in this resistor, and then it comes out. Or it can happen that this current can take this path, and then it goes into this blue resistor, and then it comes out. And then look at this carefully. This current was splitted, guys. When we are splitting something, we are dividing it. We are like dividing it, not necessarily equally, but we are dividing it. Now look at this. When I split this current, this 2 amperes, when I split it, some part of it, some of that 2 amperes, it will go this direction, some of it will go that direction. And when it enters this resistor, it will leave this resistor, and this one as well, it will leave the resistor. And when it comes here, it will combine again. It will combine again at this point again. And when it combines, it will still become the total current exactly as it was before. So it will still become the same total current that we have. So here, if I was to put here another component, let's just say this is a light bulb at this point. If someone was to ask me and say, what is the current of this light bulb, or what is the current of this component here? This current will be equals to 2 amperes because it is the total current. Guys, it is the total current. Remember, we say that the total current is the current coming from the battery exactly as it is. So immediately when it comes from the battery, these arrows are representing the what? The total current. The green arrows are representing the total current. So now what am I saying, Nina? I'm saying the emitter here, exactly as it is at this position, it is measuring the what? The total current of the circuit or of the battery. But here, when it reaches at this point, if I name this at point A, when the current reaches point A, when this green total current of 2 amperes reaches point A, grade 10s, 11s, and 12s, it will be splitted. It will go in two different directions because there are two wires here. There is a conductor going in that direction. There's another one going to this other resistor. So we've got two of them. So what will happen? The current will be splitted. So these 2 amperes, it will be divided. Hence we say that parallel combination, the current is divided. So now here, when it is divided, some part of the 2 amperes, it will go to this. Some part of the 2 amperes will also go to the other resistor. So it means here, if I am going to add the current that I find in this resistor 1, let's say this is resistor R1, this is resistor R2, the current in resistor R1 plus the current in resistor R2 will give me the total current. It will give me the total current. Why is that, guys? Remember, I've got two people here. I've got 100 friends. I give one person 75 friends, another person 25 friends. The moment that I'm going to say 75 plus 25, I must get the same 100 friends which I've given them. the one that I've divided to them. So pretend I'm the total current. The total current there is 2 amperes in the circuit, and then it is divided among the first resistor and the second resistor. And then when I combine the current in resistor R1 and R2, I must get the total current because that's what I've given them, guys. So here, even if I say I'm sharing to you 1,000 rands, I've got money all of a sudden. I give 2 people 1,000 rands. When I share to them, it doesn't matter how much am I going to give to who. But when I combine the money that they have, all of it must give me 1,000 rand, the one that I have given them. All right. So basically, this total current is being divided at this position. Some of it is going that direction, some of it is going that direction. And after it is being divided, when it comes back here, you can see that when it continues, as it is trying to go back to the negative terminal, it combines back again. So this red current that was here and this blue current will combine back again to give us back again the total current. So here, this component here, which is the light bulb that I positioned here, it would have the same current as this emitter, which is just the total current. And then this total current will go back to the battery. And then that's why you say that current is divided. So that's what makes a parallel connection. The parallel connection simply means that the current is divided. It doesn't mean that these lines are like this. If I was to do this and rub this resistor, create a learners, if I'm going to rub this resistor and let's just say I put it at this position and I say this is a resistor R2, carefully look at what I've done here. This is resistor R1, this is resistor R2. Can you please tell me in the comment before do not be scared, just pause this video and tell me in the comment, is R1 and R2 in series or are they parallel to one another? Someone would say they are in series, and that's wrong. These are not in series, they are parallel to one another. Stop cramming ukuthi parallel means ukuthi parallel lines like in maths, something like this. No, don't cram that. It's absolutely wrong. This R2 is parallel to R1. Why is that? It's because what is our understanding of parallel? Parallel simply means that the current is being divided. So why am I saying that these two are parallel? Is because the current that they are receiving at this point, it is divided. Some of it goes to R1, some of it goes to what? Some of it goes to R2. So the moment these resistors are getting two different currents, but they've been divided here, it means that they are parallel to one another. And then here it is, it goes back. So don't cram the arrangement of mathematics to be like this is a parallel circuit. No. So the current is divided. So when I combine the current here plus the current here, it will give me the total current. And then now continuing, if we look at the voltage, now the voltage is equal. The voltage is equal. So now the voltage is equal within two resistors that are parallel to one another. So here you can see that here we've got R1 and we say that it is parallel to R2. So it means they will receive equal voltages. For example, here R1, if we were to say that their voltage is equals to 2 volts, then R2 will have a voltage of 2 volts as well. And the parallel voltage will also be 2 volts. So we're just going to say that the voltage in R1 is the same thing as the voltage in R2, which is the same thing as the parallel voltage. So the question can say calculate the voltage of the parallel combination. Just know that the voltage of the parallel combination, the total of this parallel combination's voltage, it is the same as the voltage here, which is 2 volts. And here is also the same thing as 2 volts. So voltage is equal when you've got resistors that are parallel to one another. How can you see that they are parallel? They are receiving different currents, and these currents, they are coming from this total current that has been splitted, so that one must go that direction, another one down there. So don't cram the mathematical arrangement, grade 10s, 11s, and 12. I repeat, in God's mercy, do not do that. So now, R1, R2, they've got the same voltage, equal voltages. All right. And then now, what about their resistances? Let's say you want to talk about their resistances. Let's just say that a resistor R1 has got a resistance of 4 ohms. Okay, you measure resistance in ohms, right? So R1 is 4 ohms, and R2, I say that R2 is a resistance of 6 ohms. So if they say, what is the total resistance here? What is the total resistance here in the parallel combination? Or let me just rub again this light bulb and a kind of make space. All right. So here, if they say, what is the total resistance of the circuit here? You can see that in this circuit, we only have a parallel combination, right? We only have got a parallel combination. So here, this is the parallel combination that you have R1 and R2. That's your parallel combination. So now in this parallel combination, you have got R1 with 4 ohms and it is parallel to R2, which is 6 ohms. That's the resistance. So now we are not going to do like the series circuit whereby you're going to say this is 4 plus 6 is 10 ohms. That is not correct. For series circuits is allowed, but for parallel circuits, how are you going to find the resistance, the effective resistance? Because the question, they can say total resistance, they can say parallel resistance, or they can say effective resistance. It's the same thing. So now the resistance, to find the resistance there, we have a formula that we use for parallel resistors. So we say 1 over R parallel is equals to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. And if it's more than 2 resistors, you can continue and say plus 1 over R3 until you finish all the resistors. But for this case, we are only given 2 resistors, which is R1 4 ohms, R2 6 ohms. So their total resistance there, it will be 1 over R parallel is equals to 1 over. What is R1? R1 has been given to be 4 ohms. So this is going to be 1 over 4 plus 1 over. And then you substitute. What is R2? It is 6 ohms. This is 1 over 6. So now you do the mathematics there. 1 over 4 plus 1 over 6. And then that is going to give you what? This is over 24, right? And then on top, you're going to have 6 plus 4. So this is just going to be 10 over 24. So the answer there will give you 10 over 24. But this is not your final answer, because here you can see this is 1 over R parallel. This is 1 over R parallel. Tina, we are looking for R parallel, or the total resistance. We are looking for R parallel. That's what we are looking for, which is the total resistance, or we say it's known as the effective resistance. All right. So how do we find it? 1 over R parallel, 10 over 24. So in mathematics, you would say that you would cross multiply and whatnot, but if that confuses you, you can just flip the terms, vice versa it. Here you've got 1 over R parallel. Just say this will be R parallel over 1. Yeah, over 1, but I won't write the over 1. It makes no difference. So I will just flip 24, I put it on top. So I flipped these two. R parallel, I put it on top. And then here I'm also going to flip this 2. This 24 will go on top. So this will be 24 over 10. And then that is going to give you what? I don't know. This is going to be 2,4 or something like that. So I think it's going to be 2,4, something like that. So that's going to be 2,4 dogs. No, you write the unit. How do we measure resistance? The resistance is measured in ohms. So this is going to be 2,4 ohms. Ohms is the unit for resistance. Grade 10, 11, and 12. Do not omit units. You will get wrong. If I am to mark your script there when I grade 12 in the marking center, I'm going to give you a crucial wrong because you forgot the unit. Is 2,4 ohms. So here, this is when you are calculating the effective resistance. They can say it's the parallel resistance, or they can say it is the effective resistance. So if they say the effective resistance, or if they say the parallel resistance, that's how you calculate it. You use this formula. You don't just come and add 4 plus 6 and you say you get 10 ohms. That's your total. No, you only do that when you're doing series circuits. But in a parallel combination of circuits, like here in R1, which is parallel to R2, to combine those resistors, you would have to say 1 over 4. 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 is equals to 1 over R parallel. R parallel is the same thing as effective resistance, or parallel resistance, or total resistance.